is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys episode 39 of my fantasy sports podcast. Last night was awesome. If you were me, the NBA, GBP, and cash teams both hit the money. The NHL team I put out also hit the money. NHL's been hot. NBA is starting to heat up. If you weren't on my lineups last night, you should probably get on them. I'm doing a big sale, still going on today, and you should just message me on Twitter if you're interested. As you can see on the left side of your screen, the GBP and cash teams last night both scored pretty similar scores, easily over 300 points. And we're looking to do the same thing tonight. I don't really talk about GBP plays as much, so if you watched yesterday's podcast or episode, whatever you want to call this, a lot of the guys on my GBP team weren't really mentioned. So I focus mainly on cash plays in this, just to help you guys build a bankroll and win more often. So we got English Premier League soccer going on today again at 2:45. There's a bunch of games on that slate, so I'll have two lineups for that, and maybe we can build our bankroll into tonight for NBA and NHL. Let's stay hot, guys. So diving right into tonight, green is the color, money is the product, and winning is the motive. Let's keep it going tonight. For point guards, I'm liking Kyrie. A lot of the field that plays doesn't normally pick Kyrie. I always do. And he does pretty well. I think they're going to need him a bunch tonight. There's no Al Horford. Expect Kyrie's assist numbers to jump right up there tonight. I could actually see him with a double-double. He could possibly see 10 assists. They're against the Nuggets, who have been playing good basketball as of late. They're at home. I just love the spot for Kyrie. His price has gone down a bit. And without Horford, I think this game should stay fairly close. So Kyrie is a great cash game play at 8,100. I see him getting 40 fantasy points to reach value. Another point guard you can look at is Eric Bledsoe at 6,900. He's in a pretty good spot tonight. He's been playing great as of late, and his ownership stays down. So anytime you can get some guys in cash games that are consistent and their ownership consistently stays down, that's the best of both worlds. We want those consistent guys that don't have high ownership. That really helps us out in the long run in double-ups and 50-50. So Eric Bledsoe, he sees easily over 30 minutes a game. He needs like 34 fantasy points. He has shown that he can easily get there. Even when he doesn't get there, he's right up around 30. He's a very fair play. He's got a decently high ceiling, while his floor isn't too low. So Eric Bledsoe's a fine play tonight. He has a fine matchup tonight against the Pelicans. Another point guard I am looking at is Rajon Rondo. He's been playing some phenomenal basketball as of late. Anthony Davis is possible to be held out again in this game. Davis is just always a mess whenever he has a lingering issue. So keep an eye on that. But even if Davis plays, I do like Rondo. He's been playing great basketball as of late. He needs around 29 fantasy points for value. He should be right up around that tonight. I think he's going to be pretty high owned. That's the only downside, but Rondo's a great play tonight. Another guy I'm looking at is James Harden. I am able to spend up on a lot of stars tonight because I know I'm going to show you guys some great value later on in this lineup. So Harden's a great play tonight. He's easily reached over 60. Just lock him in. He's a great superstar to pay up for. This game should stay pretty close. The Hornets have been playing pretty good as of late. This game should be high scoring, fast paced, and a lovely fantasy sport matchup. So Harden is a great play. Lock him into your cash games. Another shooting guard I am looking at is Gary Harris at 5,800. He's been playing great as of late. He had one pretty bad game, but he finds a way to fill up the stat sheet in numerous ways. He only had 8 points last night, and he had 39 fantasy points. He's always active. He had a lot of assists last night, which is unusual, but having 4 steals isn't that unusual for him. He's pretty good on the defensive side of things. Gary Harris needs like 28 to reach value tonight. He should be able to do so against the Celtics. Those Nuggets guys are always pretty active without Jokic on the floor. Another shooting guard you should definitely lock in is Jeremy Lamb at 4,900. Nicholas Batum is doubtful tonight. This is going to result in another hefty workload for Lamb. He didn't really come through last game, but it was honestly just an off night. I think he easily gets over 25 fantasy points tonight in a very fast-paced game against the Rockets. He should see a bunch of minutes tonight, and at that price, he's just way too hard to pass up on. Please lock in Lamb at shooting guard. He's a great play. You're going to be at a disadvantage if you don't play him tonight. Small forwards, Antetokounmpo is fine at 12,100. That's where his price has been all year, and he normally reaches value. I see him getting 60 fantasy points tonight. The Pelicans play some bad defense. They let up a lot of points. This game should see a lot of points. The Bucks and Pelicans and the Rockets and Hornets, those two games are probably my two favorite fantasy games tonight. They should be the highest scoring. They have the best fantasy players in them, and it's the most fast paced. So those two games you should definitely look into. Antetokounmpo is in a great spot tonight. I think Antetokounmpo and Harden are great superstars to pay up for tonight. They're worth their price in those games. Another small forward you should probably look at is who was the other small forward I had in mind? I think he's really low priced. I forget who he is. Crap. Who was it? Was there another small forward I had? Oh, I had Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. I do like him at 4,800. He had a great game last game. With no Batum in the lineup, there's more usage to go around. You could really pair any of those three guys, Kemba, Jeremy Lamb, and MKG. Two out of those three guys, if you have them in your lineup, you're looking pretty good. He should see over 30 minutes tonight. He only needs like 24 fantasy points. He's in the same spot as Jeremy Lamb. They're both basically the same price. They're both basically going to see the same usage, and they're both basically going to see the same amount of minutes. I think they easily get 50 fantasy points combined between the two of them. Jeremy Lamb and MKG are great plays at their respective positions tonight. For power forwards, I'm jumping way down to Daniel Tice at 3,500. Tice should see some good run tonight. There's no Al Horford. He's not going to be drawing the start. But he should be coming off of that bench to see around... Ooh, what just happened there? He should be coming off of that bench to see around 20 minutes. So I think he can get 15 to 18 fantasy points, which is what he needs to reach value. He's a pretty good pump play tonight at power forward. Keep an eye on Tice. He's not a must play, but he's definitely a guy you should be keeping an eye on at power forward. Another guy that I suggest to you to definitely lock in your cash lineups is Serge Ibaka. Again, I've said this a million times. Serge Ibaka and Taj Gibson, as you can see on the lineup to the left side of the screen, I picked Taj last night, and he was easy money. He always plays a bunch of minutes. They're both just veterans at power forward, and they both play a bunch of minutes. And they're a lock for up to 30 fantasy points every night. I mean, look at Ibaka's game log. I can't stress it enough to you guys. Ibaka finds himself in a great spot tonight against the Phoenix Suns. He is a great cash game play. He's active on defense. He sees at least one or two blocks every game. Look at Ibaka. He's a great play tonight at power forward. For centers, I do like DeMarcus Cousins if Anthony Davis is out. He's certainly worth it. This game, the Bucks should have a tough time covering DeMarcus Cousins. So if Davis is out, you should definitely lock Cousins in. If Davis is in, I don't love Cousins as much. With Horford out, I also love Aaron Baines. He should be drawing the start tonight. At 3,600, he's a fine play. He should see up over 20 minutes. They have no one else to put at center. So Baines is a great play tonight. He's going to be going head-to-head with Mason Plumlee. He should get over 17 fantasy points to reach value. I think those two Celtics big men are great value tonight at minimum price. So keep an eye on that. And that's going to sum things up tonight for this FD Guru episode. Hopefully you guys watch this. And just keep an eye on injuries as we go on later into the day. Things always change. It's the NBA. It's always a mess, like an hour before game lock. So just keep an eye on that. If you haven't already subscribed, guys, do so. I'm putting the link below right here. And until next time, guys, I am the FD Guru, and I am signing off.
Soft lips. Yeah, you know word of mouth. The square root of 69 is 8 something, right? Cause I've been trying to work it out. Good weed, white wine.